Hi guys, I'm Sonal and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing the recipe of a Kathi roll with you. This is a West Bengali recipe, so it's from the state of West Bengal in India, and I have seen that it's very popular world over. So when I lived in US, we used to go to the Indian market and we used to buy this all the time. It is a street food, so it is absolutely delicious like any other street food. It's basically a refined wheat flour roll, and there's a filling of a Kathi kebab inside with some onion relish, and it's a spicy tangy kind of combination. I'm going to try to recreate this in our keto style. I'm making a paneer roti for this. So paneer is another cheese, that's an Indian cheese, and you can make any other keto flatbread. I have quite a few recipes on my channel, so you can check those out. I'm going to link them on the screen as well as in the description, so go there and check out those recipes and make any of those depending on what your favorite ingredients are, and then fill this in that. So let's go ahead and start making this recipe. So I'm going to marinate the meat first. Here I have about 500 grams of boneless goat meat. You can use any meat of your choice, so beef or pork, anything would work. Just follow the cooking time for those meats. And I'm cutting it into sort of bite-sized pieces, and I'm going to marinate this overnight. Try to cut against the grain, so if the grains or the fiber is running in a particular direction, you want to cut perpendicularly to that. Here I have all of the meat ready. I'm going to start putting the spices in. This is half a teaspoon of salt. You can add a little less if you want. 3/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of chilli powder. I've already shared a Kathi kebab recipe with you, which is what would actually go inside this roll. But I'm going to repeat that recipe here so that you don't have to watch two videos. You can still go there and watch that one if you like that. And this is some kasuri methi, so I bought a new packet and I'm filling it in my jar. So I'm going to use about half a teaspoon of that. Even a little more will taste good. It's a different kind of punch, but if you don't have it, you can definitely leave it out. 1 teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoon of lemon juice. Lemon juice will relax the proteins a little bit and make it softer and easier to digest and chew. This is half a teaspoon of garam masala, some black pepper, and half a teaspoon of amchur powder. Amchur powder is a dry mango powder, and it's also a little sour just like lemon juice, but it has a different layer of sourness. This is about 2 teaspoons of hung curd. You can use Greek yogurt if you want. Hung curd is basically the yogurt from which the water has been removed. And 2 teaspoons of olive oil. We are going to mix all of the masala together and leave this in the refrigerator overnight for about 8 hours or so. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the chicken, and I have used a little different proportion of all of the spices, and you can make the changes as per your liking. You can even add fennel seed powder to this. Now our chicken is ready to go into the refrigerator. This is the day I'm going to cook this. So I have some onions. I'm going to slice them really thin because we're making a Kathi roll, and in a Kathi roll you do want to put these tangy spicy onions. So I'm not going to add any chilies right now. Green chilies would work really well in this. So sliced onions, then there's a pinch of salt, lemon juice, and coriander leaves, and you can leave this to marinate for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now we are going to come to making our rotis. So we have our meat that is marinating, and like I said, this is a paneer roti, and mind you, it's an Indian cheese, but I have shared the recipe of how you can make this at home quickly, and the steps are basically just boiling the milk and then splitting it with some vinegar. So if you guys have figured out the recipe, just make it, or else watch that recipe. The link to that is on the screen as well as in the description. Otherwise, it's very easily available in all the Indian markets, so you can buy it there. So this is 100 grams of paneer cheese, and I already shared the recipe with you. 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk, 1/8 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3 tablespoons of water. And we are going to blend this in the blender, and you will get a paste kind of look. Now you want to leave it aside for some time to rest, and once it's rested, it will form a dough. So it's still a little sticky, but that stickiness will go away in a few minutes. Now we are done resting it. I'm taking half of it, and we are going to make 2 rotis out of this. So I'm adding a little bit of oil to this so that it doesn't stick to the surfaces, And I'm using 2 silicone mats. You can use parchment papers. As I always say, silicone mats are like 10 times more convenient because you can see that they have their own weight and they don't move around like the parchment paper. Now this is a slightly sticky dough, so it will stick a little bit. You want to make sure to be gentle with it. And I'm also cutting it on the sides with a lid. You may not have to do that, you may not want to do that, because just for presentation sake I wanted a nice shape and I've done that. Now I am putting it on a hot cast iron pan. Use any pan that you like to use, and gently take your parchment paper or your silicone mat away. This might take some patience and you might break it and want to come back and roll it again. Within a few minutes, you will see that the bottom gets brown. Once that happens, you can flip it over for 10 seconds or so and take it out, which is what I did with the second one too. Now both my rotis are ready. I am putting my meat on the sheet or skewers. So I'm taking both chicken and mutton. You can use beef if I have not mentioned. And then I'm putting it again on a cast iron pan. You basically want to cook it, so you can even put it without a skewer directly on the pan and cook it. You can do this on the barbecue the way it is actually traditionally done. And once it gets a smoky color, we are going to start assembling. I am showing you the wheat flour one, which I made for my kids first. Now here is a couple of eggs. I have seasoned the egg with salt. I put the egg on top and I'm putting some butter on the bottom, and within a few minutes you want to just cook this, get it out, put your onion mixture, put your meat as much as you want, and then some green chutney. I'm going to leave the recipe to the chutney in the description. You can follow that. And this is our keto version. So the roti, the egg, the butter, same thing. Get it out. Once it's ready, put the onions. So we have our rotis ready. We're going to assemble it. It's a quick process and you're going to love this. So try it out. And here's the meat, and I'm going to roll it and show it to you. You can even put some lettuce leaves if you want, chutney, and don't forget to put the chaat masala. I forgot to show you guys the chaat masala here, and the chaat masala is going to do wonders for this recipe. Chaat masala is a very typical Indian masala. The taste of the chaat masala is something you cannot describe and it cannot be replaced. It is a tangy, salty taste, and please buy that one. It is delicious. It goes really well with a lot of dishes. So sprinkle your meat with that and enjoy. If you've liked this recipe and appreciate all the effort that I made to share this recipe with you, please share the recipe with your friends and family. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. Bye.